here. So this is 1999, not too long ago. It's a 7-year study. How long, guys? 7 years. That's a long time. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois said, hey, listen, I want to take chiropractors and make them the primary care physicians. 700,000 people, so not a small sample. How many people? 700,000 people, large sample size. They took and they said this. They said, if you have sore throat, allergies, you go to your medical doctor. They said you got to go to the chiropractor, right? How many of you guys have about 10 people in your family? Most everybody can kind of think about 10 people in their family, right? If all 10 people went to a medical doctor, all of them would get drugs, all of them would have to do surgery. But in this study, in 1999, 7-year study, 700,000 people, they used chiropractors as their primary care physicians in this study. And here are the results. Now your 10 people that you thought they had to get surgery and drugs, right? Hospitalizations, only 4 out of 10 have to go to the hospital now. 6 out of 10 don't even have to go to the hospital now. Surgeries, 85%. Almost 9 of you guys don't even need surgery. Is that crazy? All 10 of you need the surgery, and now only 1.5 of you need surgery. Drugs reduced by more than half, and 0 C-sections. Right? This was such a powerful study that JNPT magazine, highly reputable magazine, they even said that this even confused and amazed the people that were just running this. So let's go to the 12 things you need to be healthy, okay? The first thing is, here's the concepts. This is the concepts that I leaned into that helped me, because your mind is going crazy at this time, right? In my story. So here's the 12 concepts that you need. Number 1, you're designed to be healthy. Healthy is normal, guys. Unhealthy is abnormal. Healthy is normal. Sick is abnormal. Right? We go into our lives thinking that we're going from sick to healthy, like that toggle switch on the iPhone. But what we're really doing is sick and no symptom. Healthy is on this end of the spectrum. Healthy is normal. The reason I even have to say healthy is normal and unhealthy is abnormal is because we were told that neck pain, back pain, anxiety, depression, sleep, diarrhea, that's all normal. That's all common, but that can be the norm, but that's not normal. Healthy is normal. And when I heard that and said that to myself, I said, what I'm going through in my story is not normal. Healthy is normal. So the question is, what do I have to do to get back to healthy? Is it take an antidepressant, anti-anxiety, or is there something that I can do to be healthy? People love to say, cancer runs in my family, high blood pressure runs in my family, obesity runs in my family, and they feel like that's their diagnosis. And my mentor loves to say, the problem is that nobody runs in your family, right? If we have a choice and we have ownership that we can do for our health. The number 2 thing is your body is smart. Check this out. If the fire alarm goes off while I'm talking, blaring, right, lights going off, and I do this, I'm like, so sorry guys, I know it's really loud, and I turn it off, and I come back to finish this workshop, what are you thinking?
The building's on fire.
Yeah, like building's on fire, you're crazy, right? Right? Well, I'm just turning off the alarm, and we do that so many times. We have an ache and a pain and a symptom or anxiety, and we just take a pill to try to turn that off. But we don't go find out where the fire is. And how do most people die in a fire? Smoke inhalation, right? So if the problem is at the nervous system and the spine, if the problem is at the nervous system and the spine, right? The pain is the fire alarm, but the smoke inhalation is the nervous system irritation going to your vital organs. So we're talking about your heart health, your digestive system health, right? Do you know 70% of your immune system lies in your gut? Who wants a healthy immune system right now? Right? So do we need these nerves communicating to that gut to be healthy? Right? Here's the thing. I want to give you some hope through this. Genetics. There's nothing we can do about our genes. Right? Our genes are what we have. Environment, we have some control. Sometimes we can move away from chemical waste, or we can get out of a toxic relationship, but sometimes we can't. So we have no control, some control, lifestyle 100% control. Your genes are like a piano, guys. It depends what keys are being played. It's called epigenetics. Epigenetics is saying your lifestyle will turn on and off certain genes. So if you have this piano, how you live will turn off and on different genes. Like I had the gene hemochromatosis, I still have it, right? My iron was high, but did I have hemochromatosis? No, it was my lifestyle, my stressful lifestyle that I was living that turned on that gene. You guys follow me? So you have control. That is not your diagnosis, that is not your identity, right? So now there's a system in our body that controls all of our health. There's a system in our body that controls all of our healing. There's a system in our body that controls all of our organs. What system is that?
Nervous system.
The nervous system. So you guys have a good picture. Here's the nervous system. The brain, spinal cord, and the nerves makes up your nervous system. This is the master control system. And this is the system I had to think about when my body was going crazy. Digestion, anxiety, sleep, energy. I had to look at my nervous system. So there's a suit of armor that protects that nervous system. God said, brain is so fragile, let's put a helmet around it called the skull. What's the suit of armor for that nervous system? Spine. Good job, Gavin. With the spine, this is the suit of armor, right? If the spine is misaligned, what do we call that?
Subluxation.
Subluxation. And what does that subluxation do?
Pinch your nerve.
Yep, it inflames and irritates this nerve. If you do that, it's going to inflame and irritate your digestive system, your anxiety system, your sleep system, your hormonal system. You guys following me? So here's the thing. If you want to be healthy, brain has to communicate to the body. If you want to heal, body has to communicate back to the brain. If you have a subluxation, this is what it looks like. It's that breaking communication. Nobody's talking about this. I have a patient in here, Patrick. He came in. Patrick's story is this. Patrick went to every single specialist. You guys know the drill. Specialist refers you to a specialist, refers you to a specialist. They do more tests, more scan, refers you to a specialist. Who's been there? Right? A couple of you guys in here, right? Specialist to specialist. He went to every specialist. He came in here and he said, he started naming specialists I've never even heard of. He had this digestive issue that he could never eat a meal outside his house. Imagine that. You can never, a friend wants to eat out, you want to try a new restaurant, you can't. Because he didn't know what's going to happen. Was he going to be in intense pain? Was he going to have bad diarrhea? Was he going to have acid reflux? His digestive system was wacky. Every specialist possible. He came back from Johns Hopkins, went to every specialist there. And he came into me, he said, listen, he was a really honest guy. He goes, I'm a check off the box kind of guy. I want to check off every single doctor. And you're like one of the last ones. I don't believe what you do, right? But I need to check it off. I literally think I was right about Voodoo Doctor, right? So he comes in, he looks at me, and I say, look, Patrick, that's not the first time, probably not the last time I hear it. I'm going to get you to break this cycle, right? The cycle of doctors, specialists, tests. We start Karen here. He's committed. 2 weeks goes by. He comes in, runs up, gives me a big hug, right? And he's kind of a tall guy. I'm like, whoa, what's going on, Patrick? He goes, I went to a DC United soccer game and I ate pizza and hot dogs for the first time. He said, why didn't anybody tell me about this? Nobody talks about chiropractic and the nervous system. I was going to every single specialist out there. Why didn't anybody tell me this sooner? Right? I can't believe that subluxation caused my digestive system to work like that. So subluxation is caused by what, guys? This is a really important takeaway, because when people come in, they're like, oh, doc, had a kink or something happened. How do you get these subluxations in the first place? These misalignments in the spine. How do you get them?
Lots of reasons.
Yeah, there's 3 reasons under one umbrella. Stress is the umbrella. What's the 3 stresses?
Body stress.
Physical stress.
Physical stress.
That's divided into macro, micro. Macro is like the car accidents, sports injuries. But the micro ones are what's really impacting people in here. And that's what Sonia will break down for you. What's the second stress? Mental, emotional stress. Do we need studies to show that mental, emotional stress affects her body in a big way? I mean, there's plenty out there, but we don't need that. And what's the third stress? Chemical. What are you putting in your mouth, on your skin, around your body? Right? Chemical stress. Those 3 stresses cause these subluxations. So I want to do an example for everybody. Can I get a rubber band? Can you get me a rubber band?
Oh, yes.
So take the rubber band. I've done this thousands of times now, guys. Your fingers won't fall off. It will feel uncomfortable. Take 2 fingers and put the rubber band at the base of the finger. Yep. And then fold it around once, and then put it again and twice, and that will be pretty tight. It'll feel uncomfortable, so let's do this quickly, guys. So when you have pain, what do most people do? All right, yell it out. You have pain, what do most people do? Like, oh, massage it? Let's get a massage. Massage it? Does it feel better? A little bit, but it's still there. What else do you guys do? Come on, throw it out.
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen, let's put medication. Let's take a medication. Did that solve this?
No.
Right, it felt better for a little bit, right? What else? Stretch it, let's stretch it. Everybody stretch it. Stretch it, stretch it. Does it feel better? Still there. What else? Let's do exercises. Maybe some therapy. Does that feel better? Still there. Or we can cut it off. Let's do some surgery. Let's just cut it off, right? Guys, or we could do this. Take the pressure off once. Still there. Take the pressure off again. See, this is a process. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about subluxation and inflammation on the nerve. That pressure on the nerve. You felt that, right? There's nothing you can do long term to get rid of that. You could feel better. That's what a subluxation is. Put this around your wrist. Now the next loved one you see, show them this analogy. Okay? So stress, we have to understand. Here's the thing. One care member said, I want to come here until I don't have to come here anymore. I said, that's great if that's your goal. But here's the reality, right? Life is stressful. Modern day life is stressful, yes? Like 2020 was stressful for anybody here? That was stressful. It's also unnatural. We're not meant to sit inside on a computer looking at a blue screen all day long in a bad physical position, right? We talked about physical stress, right? We're not meant to do that. That modern day stressful and natural life, that's what causes subluxations. Life is stressful, life is unnatural. That causes subluxations regularly, and that's why we want to be checked regularly. So, how do you know if you have subluxation? Any ideas? The answer is this: you don't know. Did you know this? 90% of the time when you have a subluxation, a misalignment in your spine, you feel no pain. But that 90% of the time, you're choking life to your vital organs. And you may not make the connection with your anxiety and digestion that's causing some of your issues, right? So what's the 3 things you should do when you have a subluxation? Here's the big teaching takeaway here. Adjustments in rhythm. You do not want to miss your appointment, and I'll explain what that means. Corrective exercise. At the proper time, the care members that have committed in here will be given exercises to do at home. That's going to hold your adjustments longer. And third, break your bad habits. Sonia's going to break those down and help you break those bad habits. This is your key. You only do these 2, you're going to miss the mark. You got to be right there. Bullseye. And you know in here we're big on education. You can already tell, right? And here's what the adjustment looks like, guys. When you get adjusted, when you get adjusted, the adjustment is like this. It's not like if I have a screwdriver and I'm screwing in a screw. Now I'm finished, the work is done, I walk away. That's not the adjustment. It's not I adjust and the job is done and I walk away. The adjustment is more like this. I turn on a water faucet and then the water starts flowing, the tub starts filling. That's the adjustment. Meaning, when I adjust, the healing happens in between the adjustments. So adjustment's not the process. It's not the, right? It's not the hallelujah, oh my gosh, I'm so much better. It started taking pressure off that nerve like we did with the rubber band, and it's 3 steps up the mountain. Then the next adjustment, right? The healing happens in between adjustments. This is really important. You get adjusted, and then it's 3 steps up. Healing happens in between the adjustments. And the next one, 3 steps up until we can reach your goals and outcomes. Okay, but what happens is if you do an adjustment and it's 3 steps up and you miss an appointment, 2 steps down. Adjustment, 3 steps up, and you don't break a bad habit, 1 to 2 steps down. And of course you can get in a car accident, that could be like 10 steps down. You guys following me? So the adjustment isn't the process. The healing happens in between. It's not like a car wash. It's not like you drive around, your car gets dirty, you get it washed. You drive around, your car gets dirty, you get it washed. It's not that I make the adjustment, it goes in, and you bring it out. It goes in, It's more like teeth. If you have crooked teeth and you want straight teeth, you got to get braces, right? But the braces don't work like this, right? They can't take pliers and make you have braces. It's shift, shift, shift. Same thing with the spine. Shift, shift, shift. Here's the takeaway. Chiropractic does its best work over time. It's like interest. You guys know how like compounding interest works in money? It's like 1 + 1 + 1 = 10. Same thing with adjustment. It builds, it builds, it builds, it builds. So there's a compounding effect. Chiropractic does its best work over time. Therefore, you're going to get your best results over time. And the people in our wellness club that have been here for 10, 14 years, that they're getting their best results.